Hey guys, I've got the Banggood jet here that they just sent me. I think I've got it pretty well straightened out, flat enough to fly. It might take a little more tweaking, but I've straightened out the decals and stuff from the crunch, and I pulled out most of it, and the stuff tends to fit pretty much where it's supposed to. I'm thinking about using the parts from my actually this is the plane I really learned to fly on. It's not the first plane I flew, but it's the first plane I flew consistently, like every day, uh, for about 4 or 5, 6 months at least till I started getting better and I started flying other things. But this plane has been crashed. I can't tell you how many different times. I even had the fire department try to help me get it down out of the tree one time, and they said it was up there too high. One guy recommended a BB gun. I said, well, I can't really use that. The BBs will fall. And I thought, well, I used a paintball gun. Well, I got it out of the tree in about 11 pieces, and they all glued back together. It's been crashed again since. I've let other people fly it and try to learn to fly. It still flies. It's heavier than hell. It's got about 3 coats of paint on it, and I don't know how much glue, about 2.5 tubes of foam tack. But and I've got wood on the bottom to support the brakes and the wings, and I used to have a lot of other stuff on this thing, but I flew this thing in winter storms and thunderstorms, I should say. I'm sorry. In fact, Riders on the Storm on my channel. Type in Riders on the Storm. Search my channel for that one, and you'll get a cool video of this one flying around in a thunderstorm. And I've got Riders on the Storm playing in the background. Pretty cool music. Anyway, we are going to possibly. I've been looking at the specs on the old FMS Dragonfly, which is what this is, and this calls for a 2200 kV 2200 motor and slightly smaller than what's in the Dragonfly. But I think I can make it work possibly because they did send me a motor mount kit for this. And if I have to drill a few holes, I could drill a few holes. But I think I'm going to try and give this thing a go and see if I can get it working. I've even got servos, motor, ESC, whole 9 yards and everything possibly to put this together. But we're going to give it a college try here and see what we can come up with. Okay, hold tight. Okay, Garmin, stop recording. All right, guys. By the way, I wanted to mention that not all the stuff I've gotten from Banggood. This is the only thing I've gotten from Banggood that the box was all dent up and damaged and stuff like that. And I'm sure not everything that they send is going to be like that. This is probably maybe it's happened to others. It happens. It even happens to some other companies too. I've gotten Hobby King stuff that's been dented up and stuff. So you can't blame Banggood for it. Maybe their shipping, I suppose, could possibly be a little bit better, but then their prices wouldn't be so low. But I think it's fixable, and for what I paid for it, which was nothing, we are going to give it a college try. And I haven't flown this thing for a couple of years or so anyway, but I know it still works, and the plane is deserving of trying it out and seeing what we can get out of it. It looks like it'd be fun to fly anyway. I wish I could put the wings this way, but I think that's going to be impossible. But looks cool like that, something like one of the Russian jets. But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that the condition it came in was not Banggood's fault. That's the delivery. That's probably the coronavirus and everything. Everybody's going through stuff and everything to for safeguards, which that's happening right now. So. But as an example, we'll try to get this together. It may not look the greatest, like it will when it comes to your door, but see if we can get it out flying. If it flies great, you guys might want to take a look at it. I'll leave the description and the web page to this kit at the bottom of the description on this video. All right, so hold tight and we'll get this thing going. Howdy pilots, skip back here again, and it was fairly easy to put together. Just a little bit of a glue job and having to put the spar and stuff in there, but everything else lined up pretty decent, even though it's got a couple of little low areas here from where it was kind of bent and dented. I think I do have it pretty well straight. It should fly pretty good. I've never flown a Delta wing, but look down the lines, you can see it's pretty. It looks pretty flyable. You can see that. But yeah, it's got a little skid protector here on the bottom. It's got little glue-on wing tabs here, raised off the surface of the wing here too, so you don't mess up your wingtips on landings. Actually, pretty nice little pusher prop jet. As far as you having to use a splitter, I used you just plug one into aileron and one into elevator from there's two servos, and then dial in a Delta wing, or in this case it was a mix. I forget what they called it, but it was a wing elevator, elevon. They were calling it elevons. So basically it works. So let me bind it up here real quick and show you this. And let's see. There we go. But front little thing that glues in. This has a locking tab, and this has a little glue-in tab that's part of this deal here, your antenna. And that little short piece of carbon fiber, I was wondering what to do with that. At first I was going to put that electrical connector there, but I decided, after I kind of looked and figured and reasoned it out, after looking at the really easy to follow instructions. I wish I read Chinese, but I don't. In fact, I think you have to read it right to left. If that's not right, let me try it this way. No, that didn't work either. Sorry guys, I'm just kidding. Bad ethnic jokes. I shouldn't be doing that, especially since Banggood was kind enough to send me this. And it was not their fault that it got here in this condition. I'm sure it was the postal service or their end, or the customs is notorious for tearing stuff up sometimes. Sometimes you're lucky to get all the pieces after customs has gone through it. But it did go together. I think it's pretty cool. I turned the Dragonfly back into something else that I might have some more fun with. But let's just fire it up here real quick and give you a sneak peek at how she came out. Yeah, and see then this little antenna deal here has a catch, little squeeze tabs that plastic. I don't know how long it'll last, but should do the job. But see, you can get right back at the back area here too. Still, you don't have to glue that down. And that'll cover your receiver, your ESC, and then the slant on that, it all goes together and pops right in. And it's pretty tight, guys. I mean, really, look at that. It's not going to fall out by itself. So anyway, let's turn my radio around so I can use it. Okay, no rudder, obviously. I've got the race dial down right now, which is probably going to be appropriate for this. And there's elevator. And now this is on a pretty much a dead battery. I mean, it's in storage charge. It's got like 3.81 volts per cell across all three. So on a fully charged battery, that thing's going to sound like a scream. I think it's going to scream. And the weight, it's a little heavier than the Dragonfly was, so I'm concerned with it being a little bit underpowered. Might go with a little bit lighter battery, since the motor is just a little bit smaller, but it spins faster. So it might balance out, especially with a 3S, and it was designed for 2S, but I found out that it does fly in a 3S really nice. But yeah, I think I might go with a slightly smaller battery just to get my CG and lighten up the weight a little bit. This thing should fly just fine. But should do just fine. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember, check the description at the bottom. The description at the bottom will have the link where you can get yours at Banggood. And I'm certain they won't show up like mine did. Okay, I mean, you know, especially after they've seen this video, they're not talking to me right now. But maybe after seeing the other the last video, they haven't talked to me. But after seeing this one, maybe they'll understand. I did that so that they would see what was going on with their delivery, and maybe they would, you know, take it upon themselves to improve that. Because I'm sure they'll get a whole lot more orders, you know, if their products start getting to places in better shape. Like I said before, the other 2 products that I've gotten from them so far were in perfect shape. Nothing wrong with them at all. The boxes weren't even beat up. So this was just a rare occasion. But yeah, still pretty cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, Garmin, stop recording.